This week's Beyond Clean Expert Series episode entitled Transportation, the most overlooked phase of flexible endoscope reprocessing, was written by Flexible Endoscope Expert Michael Matthews, Director of Customer Training and Education for Agility. In my opinion, transportation may be the most overlooked part of the flexible endoscope reprocessing cycle. It may also be the biggest opportunity for cost-saving improvements. Transportation is easily forgotten because there's often no specific hospital department that owns the responsibility. Some hospitals utilize clinical staff. Some have support staff who also help with room turnover and patient transport. Others call for the reprocessing staff and may have a combination of departments who share the responsibility depending on the day. Regardless of who is responsible for transportation, they likely have many competing priorities and have received no specialized training specific to transporting endoscopes in a way that prevents them from being damaged in the process. To make matters worse, while many transport containers do a good job of protecting the scope from the outside environment and vice versa, they don't always do a good job of protecting the scope from itself. What do I mean by this? The light guide connector, the large end of the scope that connects to the video tower, weighs 2 pounds, which is the same weight as an orthopedic mallet. When this bulky part of the scope hits the more delicate parts of the scope, such as the distal tip, it's just like hitting your scope with a mallet, which can result in crush spots and punctures. If more than one scope is put into a transport container, the likelihood of damage increases significantly. How can you reduce damage done during transportation? Provide education on how to properly handle flexible endoscopes for anyone involved in the transport process. Invest in transportation containers that hold the scopes in place or protect the delicate and expensive distal tip from the light guide connector. Invest in transport carts if you find that staff are forced to carry more than one scope container at a time. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Beyond Clean Expert Series. For more flexible endoscope questions and answers, you can contact Michael at michael.matthews@agilityhealth.com.